We are going to use, let me see how many cups of flour I'm going to use. So guys, if you're measuring your flour, you need to really make sure that it's flat, right? You don't have to make it a heaped cup. It always has to be flat, right? So I'm going to use 3 cups of flour for this spread. So this is the first cup. Don't want to touch it too much because it's going to be so messy, right? Because it's flour. 2 cups. Actually, these 2 cups is already enough for this type of baking tray, but I'm gonna use well, let me just use 2.5, right? Okay, so this is 2.5 cups of flour. Great. So I'm gonna put this aside and start working with this baby right here. Making is always Bread making is always so messy. Please excuse the mess, right? So these are my ingredients. So this is my egg, desiccated coconut, milk, sugar, butter, and salt, right? And this is definitely what we need the most. That is your yeast. So I'm gonna use hot water, right, to first mix my yeast so that it can rise because this is not active yeast. So this is the process of it. I'm gonna just stir this together in here. Make sure that it comes up a bit before I start using it. Or you can actually just use it right away. But most times, if it's not active yeast, you need to really activate it with water, right? A little bit of salt, just a little, right? Not much. And this is Himalaya salt, so it's very harsh, right? So I just put my little bit of salt here, and then I'm gonna go in with my sugar. This is about 1.5 cups of sugar, but I don't want to put much because of my children. So I just put a little bit. I didn't even use the whole sugar, right? So these are my dry ingredients together. This is my flour, sugar, and salt, right? So I'm gonna stir this together first, mix it together before I go in with the next ingredient, which is milk and yeast. That's what I'm putting next, and egg. All right. So now I'm gonna go in with my milk. This is my milk. You can make it warm if you want things to be easy. And then this yeast, I'm using it for different meals. So I'm just gonna put like 2 tablespoons of it because the flour is only like 2 cups of flour and 2 tablespoons is quite a bit much. But I need it to rise as quickly as possible. Then now I'm gonna go in with my desiccated coconut. This is just for flavor, not really compulsory. You can skip this. This is my vanilla, right? This is vanilla flavor, right? So I'm gonna go in with vanilla flavor as well. And then now I'm just gonna mix it together and put my egg. I'm just using 2 eggs. I can actually use one because the measurements are quite small. 1 egg of flour. Yeah, let me just use one. Let's start the real work. This is actually where all the work starts because I have to go in with my hand, right? Cut. Let's start mixing it together. So remember guys, if you're making bread, and this is like handmade bread, this is not even, I'm not using any machine at all. So really it's just me, my yeast, my water, and my ingredients, and that's just about it. So I'm just gonna make sure that this is well mixed together before I start kneading it. So you don't really need much water, right? Because remember, I want to use my hand. I don't want to use my machine for this today because it's not everyone that has a machine. So this is almost it. It's almost perfectly mixed. So I'm just gonna depend on this butter now to make this soft. So it's the butter that will really help me. So let's start the kneading process now. So now I'm just gonna dust off my working area. This is where I want to knead my flour. Already perfectly washed before all this video, always make sure that you are working in a clean environment. I really like clean places. I can't really stand dirt, right? So this is it now. Just gonna put the remainings of the flour and mix it together until it will be nice and stretchy, right? I know a lot of people now are wondering, you haven't used the butter. Yeah, because it's not yet time for butter, sweetheart. You know? Now that I've already mixed everything together, it's already perfectly mixed. I can now go in with my butter, right? And knead it more. So I'm just mixing it still with my hand. And if you see that you need a bit of flour, that's why you always have to make sure that you dust it enough. Cut. Just keep using a bit of flour and I'll keep kneading. And so first, this is the process of kneading your flour, right? Fist, push, right? Fist, push, fist, push, fist, push, fist, push. And then you just need your flour to keep you going, so you just get that momentum going, and to make sure that your bread will be elastic and will look so puffy, right? My nails aren't really allowing me, but we're gonna get it done, baby girl. We're definitely gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay, cut. So I'm also just using a little bit of cooking oil to just dab it so that it will really be nice and smooth and elastic. As you can see, it's already okay. Cut.
You cut it. Mama wants some. Sure,